Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky described Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Kiev as historic. After his conversation with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which incidentally was scheduled for about 30 minutes but lasted almost 3 hours, more than 2 hours and 30 minutes, President Zelensky said the two leaders discussed a huge range of issues. He seemed to indicate that sky is the limit for India-Ukraine cooperation. When Indian journalists spoke to him, he said that as far as India-Ukraine relationship was concerned, from agriculture to defense to cutting-edge technology, Ukraine was willing to cooperate with India on every aspect. In response to my question on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit and also on what Ukraine expected from India as a peacemaker, listen in to what the Ukrainian president said.
Good afternoon, President Zelensky. My name is Gaurav Sawant. I work for India Today and Aaj Tak in India. How would you describe your meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi? What is your roadmap for peace, and what role do you see for India in achieving that aim, especially when India speaks for the global south, for the developing countries? This war impacts all. And may I request you, sir, in case you could answer this in English for our audiences, or bits of this, please?
Thank you for coming, Gaurav. Yes, thank you for your question. So, first of all, a really very good meeting, and this historic one, and for us it's very important that the first Prime Minister from your very big country in the century of high technologies and be very open during the war. We increased the level of our private companies, especially this kind of high technology and drones, sea drones, security, cyber security, and etc. And I said to Prime Minister, we'll be very ready to share with you these products, and we'll be happy if it can be co-production, and etc. And of course that we decided that our teams will begin to work on different issues. On it. So that's I think during the war this role is also very important, because we need to strengthen our economy. If we are speaking about global role, because you have global influence, very big country, very big population, and that's why, and very big influence on Russian economy. Today you have it, and it's true, because really a lot of export possibilities for Russia closed, but India is open. We spoke about it with Prime Minister. Of course it helps today for Russian army, and I think that government of India, of course, understands it, and of course we will be happy to work how to find alternatives, because it's not about, again, you're a very big country, it's not about millions, it's about billions which are coming back, which Putin has back to Russia, and then he uses it only, because he has now really officially, he has now war economy.
The Ukrainian president said that he was keen to visit India. He was seeking a key to the Indian people, to interacting even more with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He described India as a very important player on the world stage today, not only because of India's population, but because of India's position in the world. And he hoped that India would not be equidistant both from Ukraine and from Russia. He hoped that India would reduce its dependence on Russian oil, because he said that would quickly bring this war to an end. He of course conceded he did not have a solution in mind of what developing countries could do if they were not to take oil from Russia at this stage. But this conversation will go on. He said he would like to visit India very soon and carry forward the gains made in this historic visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We get you more in this report.
हम पहले दिन से ही पक्षकार रहे हैं और हमारा पक्ष है शांति का।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Ukraine visit underscores India's commitment to global peace. In his bilateral meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Modi sent out a clear and consistent message: war is not the solution.
Obviously, much of the discussion was spent with regard to the war in Ukraine. Most recently, he emphasized that the solution will not come out of the battlefield.
During their talks, Prime Minister Modi reiterated where India stands in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. India stands on the side of peace.
इस प्रकार की मदद की आवश्यकता होगी, भारत हमेशा हमेशा आपके साथ खड़ा रहेगा और 2 कदम आगे चलेगा। हम न्यूट्रल नहीं थे, हम पहले दिन से ही पक्षकार रहे हैं और हमारा पक्ष है शांति का।
An emotional Modi told Zelensky that killing of children in conflict was not acceptable, emphasizing the need for dialogue and diplomacy.
आपके साथ जाकर के अपने श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित कर रहा था तो मेरा मन भरा था, दिल को गहरी चोट पहुंची थी और मुझे लगता है कि युद्ध की सबसे पहली कैजुअलिटी किसकी होती है तो निर्दोष बालकों की होती है।
Prime Minister Modi also thanked President Zelensky for helping Indian students leave when the war broke out.
युद्ध के प्रारंभिक दिन थे, भारत के हजारों बच्चे जो यहाँ शिक्षा के लिए आए थे, पढ़ने के लिए आए थे, वो युद्ध के कारण फंसे हुए थे। उनको बाहर निकालने में आपने जो मदद की, इसके लिए मेरी तरफ से, मेरे देश के 140 करोड़ नागरिकों की तरफ से और उस संकट की घड़ी से निकल करके आए हुए उन बच्चों के, उनके परिवारजनों की तरफ से आपका आज मैं हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
The two countries signed 4 MOUs aimed at strengthening ties. India handed over Bharat Health Initiative for Sahyog Hita and Maitri or Bhishma medical boxes to Ukraine as medical assistance. With Gaurav Sawant from Kyiv, Bureau Report, India Today.
But the most viral image of the day was the warm embrace, the hug between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. As the Ukrainian President showed images of the horrors of war to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of Ukrainian children killed in combat in this war that's been on for over 900 days, Prime Minister Narendra Modi affectionately put an arm around the Ukrainian President, and that sent out a very strong message. There had been criticism from some quarters, including from the Ukrainian President, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Russia on the 8th of July and had hugged the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Today, of course, President Zelensky clarified the criticism was not of that hug. The criticism was of the attack that took place on the super specialty, multi-speciality hospital here in Kiev, where children lost their lives. And according to President Zelensky, this indicated that President Putin was either not in control of his armed forces or was deliberately trying to send across a message. But let me get you that report of the story of two hugs. One in Russia on the 8th of July and the other here in Ukraine on the 23rd of August. Both truly a historic event.
An image sending ripples across the world. An elder statesman with a wartime president. Indian Prime Minister Modi and Ukraine's President Zelensky. Radiating an engagement that has sparked global interest and intrigue. Coming as it does, only 46 days after Modi embraced Ukraine's nemesis, Vladimir Putin, in Moscow. The Russian hug had sent shockwaves around the world and even sparked a reaction from Zelensky at the time, where he publicly decried the Modi-Putin hug as a huge disappointment and a devastating blow to peace efforts to see the leader of the world's largest democracy hug the world's most bloody criminal in Moscow on such a day. Zelensky's attack on the Moscow hug itself came 25 days after the Ukrainian president and Modi embraced on the sidelines of the G7 summit in Italy. Two Modi-Zelensky hugs and handshakes 70 days apart, emphasizing the India-Ukraine relationship and the body language of the two leaders in the global spotlight. Zelensky has had to make peace with the India-Russia relationship. Any reservations, at least on the surface, appear to have evaporated, making way for an arm across a shoulder. In the Russia-Ukraine war's third year, India's role has assumed big significance. While the West backs Zelensky, Modi's diplomacy has been lauded as a textbook example of India's peace-first priorities. As the two leaders now mark a milestone in relations and reaffirm a strong bilateral embrace, all eyes will be on the next phase of the Russia-Ukraine war and India's role. With Gaurav Sawant in Kyiv, Ukraine, Bureau Report, India Today.
हमारी भावी पीढ़ी के उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए शांति सर्वाधिक आवश्यक है, लेकिन मैं ये भी जानता हूं कि युद्ध के मैदान में समाधान संभव नहीं होते। बम, बंदूक और गोलियों के बीच समाधान और शांति वार्ताएं सफल नहीं होती हैं और हमने वार्ता के माध्यम से ही शांति के रास्ते अपनाने होंगे।
जब बुद्ध की बात आती है तो जो युद्ध नहीं, शांति पर विश्वास करना। भारत का मत एकदम साफ है, ये युद्ध का युग नहीं है। ये उन चुनौतियों से निपटने के लिए एकजुट होने का समय है, जिनसे मानवता को सबसे बड़े खतरे हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi reiterated India was for peace, India was for dialogue and a solution through diplomacy. The Prime Minister, of course, remarked that when children lose their lives, whether it's in terror or in conflict, it truly hurts. But India has consistently followed one policy. India is the land of Gautam Buddha. India stands for peace. India is not the land of yuddh or conflict. This is a message that has been well received, because even in Moscow, the Prime Minister had indicated that a solution needs to be found by Russia and Ukraine through dialogue and diplomacy, and that India was willing to offer every possible help, every assistance that both Ukraine and Russia may require to come to the negotiated settlement, to a negotiated settlement. Of course, the Ukrainian president made a couple of aspects very clear. He said Ukraine will never accept, one, loss of territory, two, loss of its people, and therefore a solution must be fair and just. We bring you more in this report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi in war-torn Ukraine pushing for peace. After a 10-hour rail journey from Poland, the Prime Minister reached Kyiv on Friday, where he met the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Modi's visit to Ukraine reflects India's strategic autonomy and its effort to balance relations with Russia and the West. This is not the first time New Delhi has expressed its stand on restoring peace through dialogue and diplomacy. Prime Minister Modi, during his recent visit to Moscow, had emphasized that peace is of utmost importance and a solution to the war cannot be found on the battlefield.
कि हमारी भावी पीढ़ी के उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए शांति सर्वाधिक आवश्यक है, लेकिन मैं ये भी जानता हूं कि युद्ध के मैदान में समाधान संभव नहीं होते। बम, बंदूक और गोलियों के बीच समाधान और शांति वार्ताएं सफल नहीं होती हैं।
During his opening remarks at the G20 summit in Delhi, Modi had appealed to the world to work together.
G20 के प्रेसिडेंट के तौर पर भारत पूरी दुनिया का आह्वान करता है कि हम मिलकर सबसे पहले इस ग्लोबल ट्रस्ट डेफिसिट को एक विश्वास, एक भरोसे में बदलें। यह हम सभी के साथ मिलकर चलने का समय है और इसलिए सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास का मंत्र हम सभी के लिए एक पथ प्रदर्शक बन सकता है।
Just a couple of days ago in Poland, the Prime Minister reiterated that this is not an era of war.
बुद्ध की बात आती है तो जो युद्ध नहीं शांति पर विश्वास करती है, ये युद्ध का युग नहीं है। ये उन चुनौतियों से निपटने के लिए एकजुट होने का समय है जिनसे मानवता को सबसे बड़े खतरे हैं।
Modi's Ukraine visit, the first by an Indian Prime Minister since its independence in 1991, sends a strong message to the global community, emphasizing India's consistent support for peace through dialogue and diplomacy. Bureau Report, India Today.